Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back. So
we were
in the last episode, we were talking about this Busch Gardens stuff. There's in DC, I guess there's the arena football team that plays at the formerly Verizon Center. What is it? The Capital One Arena now? Is that what it's called? Either way, but it's not far from my house. Like, in theory, I could walk there if I really wanted to. It'd be like half an hour walk or so. But that's in relation to where it's at. So we have an arena football team, though. And I guess seasons tickets for that, I started randomly looking, and I don't know how many home games they have. I think it's like 6. But seasons tickets for that are only like $60 for a year. They call it what is it called? It's something similar to the beer zone. And it's basically you're in the end zone. And apparently it's free alcohol.
That sounds...
It's standing room only, but it's free alcohol, and you just sit there and get wasted and watch this arena football game. And I always was like, fucking $60 for a season.
Can we back up just a quick second?
Go on.
Arena football, is that XFL?
No, arena football. So XFL is supposed to be coming again soon, which I'm kind of excited for because I want to see how, if it succeeds this time.
I knew that, and that's why I didn't know if that's what you were talking about.
No, arena football is something that exists. It's always existed. It's not super popular around, but it's pretty much take a football field. I don't want to say cut it in half because I don't remember how long the field is. It's narrower. It's narrower both length and width. And the field goals are like smaller field goal posts. But the walls, there's no way to run out of bounds unless you flip over the wall. It's literally an arena. Take like a hockey rink essentially and play football on it.
Okay.
So it's just a different thing. I guess it's weird that I think the DC team actually won last year, like the final championship, and they went 2-12 in the regular season. But there's so few teams that are in it now. Every team, like the regular season means nothing. Every team gets into the playoffs. And they only won 2 games in the regular season, and then ended up winning all through the playoffs and won like the final. The quote-unquote Super Bowl of arena football. It's not a very popular sport. I think it's more for let's go drink and watch I
was about to say, it's all you can drink at the place. So.
Well, so I was talking to my cousin's boy, or my wife's cousin's boyfriend, so my cousin by marriage. They're into news. They do news out here in the DC area, and he's apparently gotten a lot of tickets through his agency to go to a lot of the football games because somebody has sweet tickets for Capital One Arena because they're huge hockey fans, but the sweet tickets still go to the other events that they do at Capital One Arena. So he said he's gone before, both to the box suite and been able to go down to the beer area down there to get like drinks and just hang out with people. He said that because of where it's stationed in the field and the way that they set it up.
Are you shooting at me?
No, I'm not even by you.
Something is shooting at me.
Is it a skeleton or is it an Arcus? There's no Arcus on right now.
There's so many arrows going crazy over here too.
No, okay.
And I can pick them up. Okay, it's gotta be you.
Can you wait? Hold on. Can you see me? Look over toward our base. Hi, I'm jumping. Can you see me?
Yeah.
So it's not me. So somebody else is over there with you if you can pick him up. Oh, Cone Dodger just said ding. Do you see him?
No.
He must be over there somewhere. But he said that the way it's set up, there's no bench area for the players, and I guess the beer zones are where the teams are. So he said you're literally just sitting there with a bunch of people slamming beers, and the quarterback is just standing next to you waiting to go in for like when the offense takes the field.
That's crazy.
And I was like, wait, what? And he goes, yeah, I was just sitting there having a conversation with the quarterback, just chugging some beers in the zone. And I was like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. But it's cool.
It sounds pretty cool. How much? And you said it's only $60
it was
for
like
all you can drink?
It was like $60. What is like, hold on, let me see. DC Valor season tickets. Let me look it up. I remember seeing it. It was ridiculously cheap, and I was so confused. And I went to a bunch of Reddits to be like, and nobody will talk about what does it really mean when it says it's like the beer zone area, because there's other seasons tickets you can get that are more expensive that have real seats, and they're not in the beer zone.
Not in the zone.
They're not in the zone, so you don't get the free drinks. But I couldn't figure out how the free drink things worked. The Bud Light Party Zone is what it's called. I'm looking it up right now. And God, how many games are there at so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's only 5 games at home, it looks like. Full season ticket memberships are currently on sale for 2019. It starts as low as $15 per game. So it'd be $75 if it's as low as $15 per game. Because there's 5 of them at home, and I'm trying to find. Why can't it says they're available, and I can't find out how to buy them.
They're just available.
That's literally what it says. Oh, please call the ticket office at a number or send this email now.
Huh.
But I need to find out more about the. I just want to find out about the Bud Light Party Zone.
I just want to party, all right?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much that's what it is. Tell me about this Bud Light Party Zone. Hold on. DC Valor Bud Light Party Zone. Discounts available for... Here we go. Access to all you can eat and drink.
Oh, you can eat too?
Apparently.
I wonder what kind of food it is.
This one says access to this for $59, though, and it doesn't look like it's a season ticket. Yeah, this is just a regular.
So it's like a
game
one-time
ticket.
all you could eat and drink.
But that's
for this particular.
But that's
one.
weird because I started looking this up last year, and I definitely found the season's tickets for the Bud Light Party Zone for like super cheap.
Right.
Unless they either changed it or maybe I read it wrong. It's still not that expensive, though. I did find the map for it. Bud Light Party Zone season's tickets, $392 for the season. So clearly much more expensive than I had.
How many
previously said.
games is that?
5. But I don't know if that includes
Yeah,
playoffs
great
and
as shit was
stuff.
before.
Yeah, no, that's not. I wonder if they increased it or if from last year when I looked, or if maybe they did because they won as well.
That makes sense. That's what happened with the Hurricanes.
Or I guess
tickets used to be super cheap.
Well, it also
and then they got low again.
It also could be the fact that maybe I looked it up partially on the season and they were like rest of the season tickets,
right.
Like after like 2 or 3 games. I guess that's possible. But even so, $49 member price per game. I would spend $50 and go for an all you can eat and all you can drink.
Right.
Game. For the one I just saw was $59 or whatever. I'd go pay $59 for that just to do it.
Right, like medieval times. That's you spend a little bit more than that for your medieval times thing, and that's not all you can eat or drink.
That's very true. Yeah, it's definitely not all you can drink. It's all you can all you can drink if you can get up to the bar, get somebody to take your order. If I recall when we were there,
right.
You got lucky and had ordered a bunch of drinks before we went in because you've been there before.
I know what I'm doing.
I could not get people to come over. I think I finally got one drink during the entire show once we got seated because I ordered it from the first waiter or dude that I saw, and it took an hour and a half before it got out to the table.
Right. No, the key to the medieval times is get there early, get 2 drinks in you, and have one that you take to your table with you.
I think the key to medieval times, it sounds like, is don't get there early at all, drink a lot at home, and show up at the time of your reservation.
No, because also...
But when you hanging out at the bar at medieval times is not doing anything, it
is though, because you know why I got my drinks at the table? My bartender knew where I was sitting and made sure.
But I ordered from the waiter. I didn't order from that bartender anymore.
But they will make sure the waiter comes to you.
Oh, especially I guess you're tipping them well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's okay. I probably won't go back to medieval times until Jack's old enough to enjoy it. That was my first experience.
I mean,
and it was not super enjoyable for me. I was like, it's okay.
You don't have to say it like that.
It was okay. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, I enjoyed the pre stuff. Once we sat down and watched them do like that not ring toss, but like the
stuff that's actually a game of skill. Like,
yes,
it's not just a show.
Yeah, like, that stuff was cool. It was, but the show itself, I was like, this is like the worst acting. Maybe it was the place that we were at. I don't know. It was just like this.
No, they're all like that. I mean, it's not great acting, but I mean, it's okay.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It was definitely not a bad experience. So I would never go and be like, oh, never go to medieval times. It was terrible. No, it was, and I think Jack would enjoy it because he likes animals and stuff, and he would get all into the atmosphere of it all, and and that's more. It's so funny as I get older as a father and change. Like, things aren't about what I want to do anymore. It's what would my son enjoy doing.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, I guess Sesame Street Live is coming out to this area.
Oh, that's a fun show.
Well,
I mean,
my wife,
I enjoyed it.
My wife's been talking about it for the last couple of months, and then these other couples that we've met that have kids that are around the same age are like, "Oh yeah, we're so excited! The kids are so excited about getting to go see it live. They're gonna love this thing." And I just thought it was kind of a done deal. And she gets on a plane today. She took off with the kids to Florida. She has to do something for work down there, and her mom's going to meet her down there. So they're going for like a weekend vacation as well as she has to go do this work thing on like Friday and Monday. So luckily I get some like enjoyment. Like I get the house to myself for a couple days, which is like wonderful and nice.
I was wondering why you were so
so early. There are no kids here. I have to deal with the kids today.
So confused.
So she texted me, and I'm assuming she texted me from the plane, and all she said was, but it didn't come until close to 4:00 this afternoon, and she said, Wi-Fi not working, get into email, get Sesame Street tickets. And I said, I don't have any idea what you're talking about, what you mean, and she just said, can't get Wi-Fi, get tickets at 3, and this is already after 4. And I was like, I don't know what is happening right now. Apparently, it wasn't. She had just talked about it. They didn't go on sale today until 3:00.
Right?
I thought she had bought them already, is what she was saying. I couldn't figure out what she was. I didn't know anything about where they even sold them in. I never looked them up online to see what it was, like what we have to do, because she's the one who told me about it, and I thought that tickets were all done. Luckily, apparently, Wi-Fi started working again, and she was able to jump on and pick them up, which is good because she never told me she did this. So luckily, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, so we didn't like double up and buy multiple tickets. But the weird thing is, I guess she bought 3 for. She said she bought 3 for the 12:00 show, 1 for the 1:30 show, and 1 for the 3:00 show. And I'm like, well, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. I have no idea why she bought. But I don't get it. I don't know if she plans on like trying to sell them or trade them with other people.
That is weird. I don't know why she's buying these single tickets.
I don't know either.
Y'all just gonna go by yourself.
I don't know. Do we send Jack by himself? Just be like, you go to that show, buddy.
Just leave him in there.
We'll pick you up afterwards. Go find your seat.
That's okay. I don't know what's going on there, but
yeah. So we have to. Apparently, we can't bring the baby. It says explicitly you can't bring infants with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
my daughter was in like a pre-K. Like early learning center that she went to, and that's where we always went with them. But I guess there was never any babies that went with us. But that's where we always so we always went with like a huge group that would go to the thing.
Yeah, and of course he loves Sesame Street characters and stuff. So sure, I mean he's gonna enjoy it like no matter what.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to go, not because I give two shits about like seeing Sesame Street live, but I know it's still gonna keep me entertained. It's not gonna be like, God, Jack watches some shows that I wish he would not have.
You don't let him watch
seen.
Caillou, do you?
I've never heard of Caillou, but no. He watches something called, the one that I'm trying to get him off of, but he loves it. We can't get him to stop. It's what he always asks for, but it's called PJ Masks.
You don't like PJ Masks?
No, it's the least educational ever. It is purely we are kids who randomly have superpowers for no reason.
They actually don't have superpowers. That's their dreams.
whatever it is. There's zero educational content to that show.
Yeah. Well, I guess my
all.
daughter likes PJ Masks, but she's past that age of you need to be watching Sesame Street to learn something, so I don't mind it. Basically,
yeah, I like it when he watches Sesame Street. When he watches, Magic School Bus. I actually learned a lot from Magic School Bus. I really like. I didn't see that when I was a kid, but I'm like, damn, this is cool. Like, I know how I know how this like machine now works, type of deal. But those I think are cool. And then there's some kind of more neutral shows that he watches that is kind of like, but PJ Masks is the one that he always wants to watch, which is all about these kids fighting and driving cars and having special superpowers in their dreams or whatever. There's only one season of it that's on Netflix too, and he just wants to watch it over and over and over again.
So that show is not educational in the sense of like these are your ABCs, but it's more educational in the sense of this is how you treat people. So I really think that show is meant for older kids anyways. I don't think it's meant for
so yeah, and I can see where you're coming from with the treating people, learning how to share type things. But do you think it's meant for older kids? I assume it's...
I do. Everyone I know that watches it, like a lot of my daughter's friends and stuff are into it. Like even like around Christmas and Easter, that was like a gift, like the type of gifts they were asking for. I think it's geared for like 5 to 8. It would be my age range on that show.
I don't even know where he saw it for the first time, and we're assuming at the Nanny Share because it's not something that we turned on. Granted, I did find this random show on Netflix, and he saw it because when I was flipping through Netflix, he saw the thumbnail and really wanted to watch it. And now it's like his favorite show, and it's so terrible, but I also laugh at it too. So, and it's really short. It's like a 30-minute or a 28-minute, 22-minute, whatever they are episode, but there's like 4 different episodes within it, so they're really short, and you can kind of. You watch something, you turn it off real quick and be like, show's over, buddy, and without turning it off in the middle. But it's called Oscar's Oasis, and it's clearly this show from, like, some other country. I don't know what country. It's not Japan. Like, it's not anime or anything like that, but it's one of the characters' names in it is, like, Harachi.
Okay.
So, clearly not. There's no voices in it. It's about all these animals, and it's about this little Oscar, the lizard, and they're in this desert, and they're pretty much always like in these stupid situations where they're trying to attack chickens to steal their eggs because he's hungry, or they're trying to find water bottles, and it's him against this fox and a buzzard and this like warthog, but they're so short. The weirdest thing about the show is he finds it hilarious because the lizard gets his head stuck in a bottle, and he walks around at the beginning, so he's always like, his head is stuck in the bottle, and he finds it like the funniest thing in the world. So watching his reactions are more like what's entertaining about that show. It's subtitled.
Okay.
But there's no words.
That's weird.
It's so
the subtitles say.
The subtitles are the sounds.
Ooh, that's interesting.
So it's just very weird. It's not English.
Huh. It's just sounds.
So, it's just sounds.
Like whoosh, bang. Is it like basically the old Batman fighting?
Well, it's kind of, and it's not all the sounds either. But if one of the characters like is whispering in the other character's ear, when you're even listening to it with the sound, you're not hearing words. It just and it'll be like parenthesis whispering is like the subtitle that comes up. But I've only seen Netflix shows actually automatically start subtitles when it's from a different country. And I'm watching it here, so clearly this came from a different country, and so subtitles are turned on for it, but it's not even words. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
That's weird
to watch. But that's not educational by any means. But his reactions cracked me up. But you can watch it for like 6 or 7 minutes, and then be like, "Oh, look, the episode's over. Quickly, let's get to something else." Like the one that I find way less educational that when I was a kid or when I was younger and dating people who had kids, that they would watch all the time, and I was like, oh, this is great. Kids are learning like Spanish. Dora the Explorer is not nearly as educational as I once thought.
we've never watched Dora. We had a lot of Dora books whenever my daughter was growing up, so she's read a lot of Dora, but we've never actually watched Dora on TV.
Yeah, if you sit down and watch an episode of Dora, you're like, oh, you learned one Spanish word maybe in this entire episode, and everything else was singing songs about a map and a guy who steals stuff. Swipe or don't swipe, no swipey, like, because he stole your shit.
Yeah.
Like, it is so non-educational, and I once thought that was like, oh, this is what kids' content is supposed to be, the very educational stuff. My wife,
have you seen the trailer for the new Dora movie that's coming out?
Maybe. It sounds familiar, but I am not 100% certain.
It looks really good. I want to watch it. It's like,
I mean, I'm sure
Dora
your
the
daughter would
adult.
probably like it.
Oh, yeah,
So,
we're totally going to go
therefore,
see Dora on
yeah.
the movie. It's not a cartoon at all, though. So yeah, but yeah, no, we never really watched Dora.
I see you're not making any progress on that.
No, so I tried to make a damn loop where the red goes up like at a certain interval, but then when I got all the way back around, it doesn't match up. So I'm not sure how to do it.
How does it not match up?
So for instance, where are you?
I'm coming over right now. I got a bunch of wool with me too.
Well, when you get here, I'll explain. I got up and then tore it all down. I've done that twice now. First time I think I messed up in terms of my spacing, but this time I didn't. But when I got all the way around the loop, it didn't match up. So
this is a nice door.
Thank you. So I was doing this 3, then 1 up, then basically 3, right? So do. So then that 1 up.
Are you still just doing this in a square pattern?
I made this motherfucker 7 by 7 for you.
Oh, okay. So you're following the edge.
So, god damn it. So then what I was doing is once there was 2 spaces.
Hold on, this isn't the way it's supposed to be.
Is it not? How much more could you round it? You couldn't.
Hold on.
You can't.
Where'd that thing go that I just had? There we go.
I guess you could stick a fucking plank.
So you should do three flats.
Plank there.
And then, hold on. I have to pull up the thing again. 3 flats, thing, and then 1, 2, 3, a thing. 1, 2, 3, a thing. 1, 2, 3.
That's not 7 by 7, my man.
I put in the dimensions width and height 7 by 7 in that thing, and that's what it comes. It says. I guess it's 7. It's 5 on the inside.
Okay, well I made it even bigger.
So yeah. If I go 9 by 9, what is that supposed to look like then? Because that'll be 7 on the inside, and it'll be 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it's gonna be 5, an angle, and then 5. Right? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean that's fine. I looked different than my picture was, so I didn't understand what you're doing. But I get it because you made the inside 7 by 7 of open space.
So, anyways, here's what I was doing, and then after we got like 2 above, like right here. Well, let me throw that. Right here, I started another loop basically. Oops. Yeah, that's right. Blah blah. Anyway, that's what I did, and so do you understand that was the pattern I was doing?
Yeah.
So there'd always be 2 white blocks in between. Anyway, so if you use this pattern and you get all the way back around to here, it's gonna end up being something like wrong, basically.
Something.
It'll be
wrong.
like this ribbon that starts here as it gets back around to here, because you'll start another ribbon somewhere around here where your feet's at, basically. That's where it'll just line up in terms of this pattern goes. Whenever this particular ribbon here gets around and you do this number like this, so on, it doesn't match up here.
Well, let's try this a slightly different way then. 3, 4. So
that's why I tore it down to see if like a different spacing would make more sense.
Oops,
like if you do 4 and then 2 or something like that.
Well, let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you start the next pattern. Let's even see what happens if I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this would be a red single. So that's the second part of the red single. Red single. You're right. It's 1 off. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. This might be right. Hold on. So this would be... That's actually... That looks like it's going to be right.
So you're doing 4, 2 reds, 4, 2 reds.
I just was following the
2
same
reds, 2
way that you were
reds.
doing it, but I was starting to go backwards to see what would it look like. And how high up were you going in each one?
So I was doing 3 reds, and then I'd bring it up 1. So I was doing like do up. That's how I was doing it, and then do. Whoops.
Which means you can probably still do. I mean, what if you did 2 and then bring it up 1? How bad is that going to look?
Might not look bad.
Without even a transition block in there. Oops.
Yeah.
Oops.
Might look alright.
So 2 and then 1, 2. I'm out of red. Oh no, I got a whole stack. Never mind. Then just to see what that would.
But then that would mean you would need red.
Yep.
Like, is this gonna work out right here?
Let's find out. I mean, in theory, it should. Uh-oh. Red, and then white. Not actually sure what color that one's supposed to be yet.
I think that one's supposed to be white. That one's supposed to be red there.
Yeah, I just needed to build up. I'm just doing this one stripe to make sure I don't screw it up.
Yeah, I think that'll work. I think what you're doing is working. I don't know how it's gonna look on the outside, but
Yeah, so I think this is going to be...
you've messed up there.
You're right. I did mess up. This is supposed to be... red. And then...
On the inside, what I was gonna do was something like this.
God, the snow is terrible.
Yeah, it's not great. So red, white. So it'd be 2 reds here. Yeah, I think this will be all right. Might look a little bit like a candy cane.
Did I not lift this up right? Oh, you're right. I messed that whole thing up right there, huh? This is supposed to be red. White.
Yeah, it's basically 4 whites after every red, after every 2 reds.
It might look like a candy cane.
I think it's definitely gonna look like a candy cane.
It's a Christmas lighthouse.
It might be a Christmas lighthouse.
Yeah, I mean, as you continue to do that, I'm going to get in a boat and sail away and see how
much of a Christmas lighthouse?
Yes, how much of a Christmas lighthouse is this? I mean, what we can always do is, like, if it does look like that Christmassy, we can get rid of 2 of the stripes.
We could do a different color even. I know we've gathered this red, but we could do something like a blue.
Actually, it does not look. I guess it's just because it's not super tall yet. It doesn't look super like a candy cane yet. I can see as it gets taller why it's going to look like a candy cane, though. But it actually doesn't look as candy cane-like as I think you're concerned. It does. It also is, like I said, you can't see that much of it right now.
Yeah, I've also jumped off to kind of get a look here.
I'm all the way back on the main island.
Yeah, coming. Have you been uploading these as podcasts still?
No, I haven't in a while. It takes a lot of time to get them uploaded.
Yeah, no, I know.
Do that.
I understand. You know what we could do?
I just want to
do that one transition block.
One transit.
Will that still work?
If we got rid of,
do
just get rid of like that one that's running in the middle, or every other stripe. You just turn it back to white.
Well, I was thinking basically
or is it one in the middle that's blue? Yeah, you're right. If we just took one of those stripes and turned it blue to give it a contrast, that would actually look really good.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I was saying to have the transition of like do 3 red, 3 white, 3 red, 3 white. But I do think what you're saying too is get a blue in there. Yeah, we should dye some of these sheep blue.
Yeah, I think a blue would definitely look good in there and fix the problem of candy cane.
I'm going to. Why are you not? Does Lapis not dye things blue anymore?
I don't know.
No, you have to make blue dye out of Lapis.
Interesting.
What a world.
No, I would love what I should do is just recruit somebody, give them somebody who wants to do it. Because honestly, all I have to do is give them access to the WordPress page that I upload the stuff to, because they have to make a post for it, and it does all the rest automatically. But you have to get the audio. Somebody could wait until the video releases and just go rip it out with a clip converter and then go upload it for me if they really wanted it to be there. If somebody wants to take that on and is trustworthy, I'll give you post rights to the podcast page.
Armro might do it for us. Because I feel bad saying this because the man works a full-time job for me basically with all my stream stuff. I don't know how he finds the time.
Yeah, no, I mean, it doesn't need to be somebody who is already doing a lot of work. It could be anybody who says, "I will take this on and I am trustworthy." Because for somebody else, it might be it only takes me 10 minutes every time you release an episode to go pull the clip, make the post, and go. It sounds like I'm being when I say, "Oh, it takes so long." It's not that. It doesn't take that long to do. But when I get behind, I sit there for hours trying to convert clips, upload them, post them. But the problem is I also have to put in descriptions and tags and schedule them, and it's just different,
I thought I just heard a phantom. But I guess not.
I haven't slept in a while. I
me
probably
neither.
should.
All right. Well, I think next episode maybe we'll finish this damn thing.
Well, maybe we'll finish the base of it. We still need to find out a good lighting system for it.
Yeah, this has taken a lot longer than I anticipated, to be honest with you.
It hasn't taken a year yet.
Yeah, it's no wheat farm or
anything.
anything.
No wheat farm. We just make it just spew wheat at all times.
Can we put a wheat farm inside of it, maybe? All right. Well, we should end this here. Thanks for watching, there, everybody, and we'll see you.
All right, everybody. See ya.